We're glad you're watching Good Things Utah on this Monday. March is Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month, and it's a time to raise awareness about the neurological disease that affects more than 1 million Americans.
Joining us now in the sponsored interview is Dr. Timothy West with Intermountain Health. Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us more about MS and why it's important to bring out awareness, especially at this time of year.
Well, so multiple sclerosis is a condition that can cause all kinds of symptoms to patients, but a lot of it actually ends up coming up silently. The thing that's really important to understand about MS is that in the world of neurology, we've made more advancements in this condition than any other condition in the past 25 years. So there's a lot we can do. Early detection is the key.
Doctor, is each case different?
Everyone's different, absolutely. It's, I have an old mentor who likes to say that MS patients are like snowflakes. Each one is their own person with their own story.
The statistic, 3 times more common in women, I had no idea.
That's true. It's definitely, with 1 million Americans and 3 times more in women, it's definitely a women's issue. This is a thing that you see more often in moms and sisters and daughters. We see it all over, and in Utah, in particular, we're more common than most other states.
Why is that?
We think it's more of a confluence of just a lot of risk factors. So maybe there's a genetic predisposition. The environment, actually it turns out vitamin D deficiency is a big thing. And because we live at such a high elevation, I think a lot of us are concerned about skin cancer. So when the sun is out, we don't necessarily go out in it. And when it's cold, we're all bundled up. So vitamin D deficiency is a big problem.
Doctor, you talked about early detection. What are those symptoms and risks we should be aware of?
Right, so the way that this condition works is that your immune system, which is supposed to protect you, ends up turning on you and starts attacking parts of your brain and your spinal cord and even your optic nerves. So anything that those particular parts of your body can do can be affected. Numbness, tingling, vision trouble, balance issues, difficulty using the restroom, or even weakness.
And what is the typical age that someone would be diagnosed?
You know, it can kind of strike all ages, but on average it's kind of around 30. Most patients are diagnosed between 20 and 50, but I've seen people as young as 2 and as old as 74.
Once you do know the signs and you are diagnosed, what types of treatment, what would you suggest people do first?
Well, the good news about the condition, like I said, is there's been a lot of advancement, but all of our advancement is in prevention. So once the brain has been injured, we can't heal that. I don't have a way to repair that.
There's no cure.
There's no cure right now, and there's definitely no way to undo what's ever been done. All of our medicines prevent the next attack from happening. So our medicines try to get your immune system to leave that brain alone, and the sooner you get in and the sooner you're diagnosed, the better we can keep you alive and healthy and in your world. Talk
about some of those advancements and the hope out there for people that have MS.
Well, there's really no end to the hope. One of the things that's wonderful about research is that once you sort of crack the code a little bit, the floodgates open. And it was back in the early 90s we finally had our very first FDA-approved medicine, and the amount of research that has come since then has been enormous, leading to an enormous amount of hope for patients. When I first started as a doctor, we used to have a wheelchair salesman that would sit in the waiting room. I would just wait because he knew eventually somebody would need one. We don't do that anymore. I haven't given out wheelchairs in years.
That's excellent. Prevention, what would you tell people who may be on the risk factor, the high risk factor? What are some of those prevention tactics?
Well, the only thing that we know for sure that makes MS worse is smoking. Actually, tobacco use is really bad, so we definitely want to make sure that that is not something that we're doing. Like I said, also the vitamin D deficiency. If you have a family history of autoimmune disease and you have any of these symptoms, talk to your doctor and see if this is something that we need to get ahead of.
It's that exercise, it's that balanced diet, it's that all of those things, taking care of yourself. If you have questions, everybody, Intermountain Health has answers for you. You can always visit their website for more. It's on your screen right now, and as always, a link on our website, abc4.com/GTU. And our thanks to Intermountain Health for this sponsored interview, Doc.